Welcome, everyone, to the Sickos Committee podcast. This is our podcast for the evening of April 30th, 2024. We are almost in May. We're almost in summer, and it's been very summery here. It's going to be a hot-ass summer. I just have that feeling. Pitt Girl, how was your day?
It was in the high 80s here in central Pennsylvania, so yes, summer comes for us all.
Commish?
It was, I don't know. It said it got to 90 today, which, I don't know. It's just going to be really hot this year, and I don't feel like it's going to be any different. I just hope we get some rain, and it's just not desert weather for, like 40 days straight over 100, and the grass is crispy, and I think about just ripping out my entire lawn and just throwing rocks.
Hey, you know what? Xeriscaping is a thing, and San Antonio is not the worst place to do it.
True. My neighbors across the street, they had sprinklers and everything, but they gave up and they decided to just put rocks everywhere. It's getting to that point.
It's not giving up. It's not about giving up. It's about changing your game plan.
It's more sustainable.
Okay.
Your neighbors across the street are thinking about their water usage.
They were in their mid-70s, so I can understand it.
Well, folks, I think that my biggest thing today is that I want to tell you a story about Cleveland being Cleveland. Can we do that? Let's start. What do you know Cleveland for? What is it known for y'all?
Rocking.
Okay, yes, Cleveland does in fact rock, as
right.
Drew Carey has reminded me many times in a row.
I mean, Drew Carey is really good at fish concerts also.
I believe there's that one time that the Cuyahoga River was on fire.
Yes, that's also good.
That's true. There was an image from the 2016 NBA Finals where there was a big pile of dirt that they showed coming back from commercials. So I have a feeling that there's some dirt in Cleveland.
Yeah, I mean, I'm watching a Cavs game right now. Right now, they're up by 2 points against the Magic. Series tied 2-2, so that's a big game for Cleveland.
Yeah.
How about you guys know Balloon Fest '86?
Was that in Major League?
No.
Wait, Pitt Girl, you don't know Balloon Fest?
Should I?
So I'm gonna have to rewind because I want to talk about something else crazy that happened in Cleveland. This goes before that. Balloon Fest '86. Sorry, I'm gonna read you just the little info box on Wikipedia.
Okay.
Organized by the United Way of Cleveland. Outcome: world record for simultaneous release of balloons. Deaths:
Oh my god.
Okay.
2.
What?
Non-fatal injuries: multiple horses. Basically, it was supposed to be a fundraising stunt for the United Way, and they were going to drop just a ton of balloons. The problem is that the balloons got into Lake Erie. They drifted all the way over, caused problems in traffic and airport, interfered with a Coast Guard search to find boaters who drowned.
Oh no.
Yeah. So this is there's already things. Go ahead.
I also just remembered that Cleveland is the home of 10-cent beer night.
Right. So Cleveland disasters is a whole thing. This is something that has happened. Now, let's talk about the guy who tried to throw softballs off a building and have people catch them. And you're like, hey guys, softballs off a building. Okay. Off the top of a 5th-story building, on a roof, that's a lot, but that's whatever. This is the 52nd floor of a building.
Somebody did not take high school physics.
Y'all, do you know what the terminal velocity of a softball at street level is?
From 52
I do
stories?
now because you put it in the show notes.
Yeah. Go ahead and read it, Pitt Girl.
Balls were estimated to be traveling at 144 miles an hour by the time they reached the street, damaging cars and injuring several spectators. One was caught.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I've got even more for you from that. Because
One was caught?
What? So, can we just take a step back? So, you have yet to mention the guy whose brainchild this was?
Oh, yeah. I know. I haven't even gotten there yet. Yes.
Yeah, which I feel like because this is not the thing that he's most known for. Like this is just something else that he did with Cleveland sports. Like this is this man's lasting legacy, which is still referenced all the time in a sport, is completely unrelated to this.
Yes, this is Ted Stepien, who was the owner of the Cavaliers, and where we're interested in is in the 1980, he had a slow pitch softball league franchise in Cleveland. And I'm going to read a little bit from Sports Illustrated versions of what happened. It was June 24th, 1980, and the idea was to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the opening of the Cleveland skyscraper called Terminal Tower. The stunt was a reenactment of one performed by the Cleveland Indians years earlier, in which they dropped baseballs off the top of the building. Ted Stepien, the owner of the Cavaliers at the time, participated, presumably as part of his ongoing effort to promote his NBA franchise, not to mention his newly established slow-pitch softball league. Now, Stepien's stewardship of the Cavaliers, the team that Care forgot, was marked by repeated public relations gaffes, but none of them matched his willingness to drop softballs off Terminal Tower and have 6 members of his softball team, the competitors, on the ground trying to catch them. So, the first ball smashed into a car. The second pitch hit a bystander, bruising his shoulder badly. The third ball broke someone's wrist. The next one hit the ground and bounced 40 feet in the air. At that point, bystanders began to flee for their lives.
This is why you're not supposed to throw pennies off the Empire State Building.
Commish, you had a big sigh there.
I'm just imagining the fourth one. So the first one was it hit a window, right?
Hit a car.
Okay, hit a car. The second one hit somebody's shoulder, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. Then the third one broke somebody's wrist.
Yep.
Okay, and then the fourth one, they began to flee, I would say.
Yeah, so one of them got caught. I think one of the Cleveland competitors, the team, actually caught one of the balls.
Okay. So somebody on the team that caught the ball.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah,
I feel like you would have to have a glove for that.
Yeah, I would think so.
I would certainly hope so.
Trying to barehand that at 144 miles an hour and just shattering your wrist.
I have that dog in you.
I gotta see that X-ray.
Built different.
Because that
just
X-ray is just
the reddest, angriest palm from the smack.
Oh God!
When the ball hits you.
Oh my God!
What is the average? What is the average exit velocity of a home run right now?
Sickos Committee Googles things.
Because I know they can measure the exit velocities of this. I'm just trying to figure out if somebody in left field,
it's about 87 miles per hour.
Almost all home runs are hit with a 95 plus mile per hour exit velocity per sportsanalytics.student.org's. Berkeley.
Oh, okay. So there's still 50 more mile an hour on these balls dropped from this tower of terror, so to speak. We can reference that too.
It's even called Terminal Tower. I'm guessing not named for terminal velocity, but it's in the name.
Could be. But yeah, so that's I don't even think a hard hit foul ball.
No.
Right down the line is hitting 144 miles an hour to catch with your bare hand.
No.
So this is a big kind of special pain. And whoever called them softballs, not that soft.
I feel like that's got to be something like a marketing thing or something. How do we differentiate this from baseball in a way that makes people into it? We can trick them. We can. How
do we make the ladies into baseball? Let's call it softball.
Yeah.
It's like how Iceland is green and Greenland is icy.
There you go. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like this is not he did way dumber things in the city of Cleveland in sports.
Oh yeah,
right?
Yeah.
I mean, so the reason that this I like how this got dropped without context in our Discord, but the reason that this guy came up is because there's another team right now, the Phoenix Suns, who just got swept out of the playoffs. And they have also traded every draft pick that they could possibly trade going forward. And the ones that they couldn't trade, they have pick swaps. So basically, the NBA has a rule where you can only trade your first round draft pick every other year. You cannot just there's a certain number of years you can trade picks for, but you can't just trade like 5 first round picks in a row. You have to trade every other year. And the reason that the NBA has this rule is because this guy who thought it would be a good idea to throw softballs off a skyscraper also tried to trade away every single Cleveland Cavaliers first round pick when he owned the team. And the team was not any good at all. Like, it was a terrible team. And he said, it doesn't matter. I want to trade away every single first round pick. He tried to trade away 2 decades of first round picks. But the NBA stepped in, and the NBA actually had to make a rule that you can only trade your first round pick every other year, which is why the Phoenix Suns technically do have picks. I keep seeing people say the Phoenix Suns, they don't have any picks for the next 5 years. That's not true. They technically have some first round pick every other year. But because I was thinking about David Tepper, right? And the Suns, what they're going through right now with their new owner, Matt Ishbia, who is not quite as bad as David Tepper, I think, for a couple reasons. One is that, he did technically play college basketball. He was a walk-on, Club Trillion type guy, but he was a member of Michigan State's NCAA championship team, which is impressive, I think, to win the national championship as a Big Ten team. You don't see that very often, but
I mean, weren't they the last ones to do it?
He's traded away as much as he can, and it was just reminding me of oh yeah, this is the David Tepper type that we used to see all the time in pro sports back before there was a whole lot of money, right? Now it takes a lot of money to just buy in the first place. So you don't have people like this guy, but in the 80s you did.
Did we ever say this guy's name?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, Ted Stepien.
Okay.
And he initially bought 38% of the team of the Cavs in 1980 for $2 million. And then
that feels like not a lot of money.
Yeah, I think he probably paid. It does. The Wikipedia article here doesn't say exactly, but he probably paid $4 or $5 million for the controlling share in the Cavs. And he was only the owner for 3 seasons. It says there's a lot. When Wikipedia has just some where Wikipedia says something that's damn, that's harsh.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that in his tenure.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
They were cycling through coaches all the time. He was trying all these things. He had a plan to move the Cavs at one point to Toronto. He also had a plan to stop playing every home game in Cleveland, and instead just kind of tour the state of Ohio.
This was funny though, because how he made his money. How did he make his money, Arthur? He created something called the Nationwide Advertising Service. So he's doing all these advertisements on all of this stuff, and that's how he's making all the money. But then he takes over and he tries all these crazy advertisements, and it just goes horribly wrong.
I love it.
Yeah, if you've ever seen the movie Semi-Pro starring Will Ferrell,
yeah,
some of the stuff you read about, it's what if people actually tried doing some of that? The Semi-Pro, by the way, underrated movie. It takes a lot from actual stuff that happened in the 70s and 80s in the NBA and the ABA. And it's funny because like when the movie came out, like a lot of people were like, "Oh, this is unrealistic," and it's like, well, like they took a lot of stuff from real life.
One moment. We
Breaking
have news alert. There is a
Breaking
there is a
news.
bee delay.
Bees.
A bee delay
Bees.
in Arizona.
Bee?
Bees.
There are
Bees?
bees behind home
Bees?
plate on the safety netting at Chase Field. And the Dodgers Diamondbacks game is currently in a bee delay.
Isn't this an indoor stadium?
Yes,
It has a
because we
retractable
always-
roof.
Oh,
The
okay.
bees
So
are
the roof
inside.
could be open. Because this stadium, probably most notable for being the site of the first bowl game to be called the Cheez-It Bowl.
That's right.
and had rain delays in a covered stadium.
That
Yes.
is
So
correct.
there is a bee delay. I'm having to keep saying it because I feel like I hit that word
The
weird. A
bee delay.
Bee
Their
delay.
bees a
delay.
delay.
Other
Do they call
baseball
in like a? Do they call in a beekeeper to get these out of here? What do they do?
an apiarist.
Okay,
Unclear at this time.
unclear. Okay,
I will
it's
keep
not like
tabs on the
that
bee
that
delay
crazy
and report
lady
back.
on the
Smoke
like
'em
just
out.
like the
Oh,
one that like
yeah, the
removes
bee
them
lady on
like
TikTok.
by her hand with like no netting or anything.
If you're nice to the bees, they'll be nice to you back.
They're more scared of you.
Then you are
Of them. Wait, no, probably not. Pitt Girl, how do you feel about the Skater Boy Tampa Bay logo?
I love SkateRay so much. I have had SkateRay for literally 2 days, and I would die for him. Do I give a single fuck about Tampa Bay baseball? You know I don't. But I love SkateRay. He's radical. I love him.
Skate Ray makes me want to pop in some like Avril Lavigne, like old stuff. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Bridge Ray also very good. This whole Tampa Bay's City Connect line slaps. All bangers.
Colors are good too.
Perfect.
It's really solid. So I messaged Commish this morning. We're recording this on a Tuesday. And I said, hey, I think I'm going to drop the Waffle House list today. I've been sitting on this for 2 months more at this point. It was a list of SEC schools by distance to Waffle Houses. We've been doing that for a while, and I stopped because it had gotten oversaturated and people weren't as interested in other. I'm not going to say we're copying us. Other people got inspired by us too and were doing their own things. And so the market got flooded. So we backed off. But I have
social
this
media
one.
market got flooded.
The content market. The content, the marketplace of ideas.
Oh,
that is Twitter. I said that.
you said that out loud.
So,
I like that.
This list is great because it just makes everyone angry. Because South Carolina is the closest stadium in the SEC to a Waffle House. And South Carolina being the best in the SEC in anything besides women's basketball, that feels like they're going to get mad about that. And then it's a Texas A&M thing because Texas A&M is the only SEC city that does not have a Waffle House in the city. They've had mobile Waffle Houses. They've had lots of other things, but they've not had a Waffle House. And they're sensitive about this.
They have tried so hard. There's only like one other city that I know of that tries this hard to get a Waffle House, and it's San Antonio, where I currently live. There was a contest, I think back in like 2014, 15, where Waffle House was like, where are we going to build the next Waffle House? And the contest was like San Antonio, College Station, and there was like another city. I don't remember the third city, but they finished third. San Antonio finished second. College Station finished first. And so College Station thinking, hey, we're getting a new Waffle House. We're going to get a Waffle House. We're finally getting a Waffle House.
This was mean.
What Waffle House did to College Station was incredibly mean. They just sent like a Waffle House food truck right outside of like one of their dining halls. And that was it. And that was what they considered them winning this internet poll that Waffle House did. I believe there was it like Good Bull Hunting had something, like the SB Nation blog had something on this, and they were furious that this occurred. because they're like, hey, we're the only SEC school without a Waffle House in our city limits, essentially.
Mhm.
And so they've been trying, like the mayor of College Station and Bryan.
Oh, they're trying real hard.
So
it's just,
hard to get this Waffle House, and they just cannot get one.
But so between A&M fans getting dragged just mercilessly today, Mizzou fans going, see, we're not the weird ones, and South Carolina fans walking around like the cock of the walk that they are, I knew it was going to be a grenade, and it was great. Like, there was not a lot of screaming. It was all at least, very productive. And I don't know. I like causing chaos like that every once in a while. Commish, I do have an idea though that I want to pass by you, because production meeting, because we don't just shit. We don't shit post lists with no backing. But here's what I want to do. I want to take this list, scrape the header off, scrape the numbers off the miles, and I'm just going to repackage this as like SEC towns by vibes, SEC towns by best Mexican food, SEC towns by whatever.
So you,
just
are
do
you
this
trying
once
to
a
become?
month, same list.
Are you trying to become Big Game Boomer?
I mean, is it? No, I'm not.
Okay.
But it's
I'm going to say
same list. Oh. I asked him, listeners, the other day about another list that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, that doesn't sound trolly at all. You can totally do it.
Yeah.
And then I asked, okay, how large does the title font have to be?
Uh-huh.
And you said half of the actual title. No, that wasn't as funny that way.
We need to do like
I'm fighting for y'all.
We have like a lot of this stuff banked. Like we've done a lot of the research for like many different chain restaurants. But as you said,
our own research.
We've done it. Yeah, we have like folks in the Discord that have done this and measured this, and like letting these out every now and then are fine. When we were doing them on a weekly basis, it was constant argument and bickering on the timeline. Just not fun in the replies. Like there was one reply on this one where
I don't know, man. Hey, I'm about to say, is Virginia Tech an SEC school? I'm not sure.
There's this one person.
They fucking
they were like
crazy.
They're like, yeah, we'll show these fools, and I was like, okay, it's 1.2 miles away. It'd be in fifth. So I just put like a horrible text thing. I was like, if Virginia Tech was the SEC, Virginia Tech would be fifth.
It was great, yeah.
I am going to need that guy in our mentions, and also just people on the internet generally. I do encourage developing reading comprehension. That is good and cool.
No, hey, don't let her tell you that. You read it poorly, and you bitch about us. Tag me in everything you do. Be more wrong. Be prouder to be more wrong, please.
I mean,
please direct all complaints to let's say at compliance.edu.
Man,
I wonder if compliance.edu is an actual school. Hold up.
Compliance University.
Oh, we have to start that. Okay, here we go. So,
compliance.
So I was super excited. This one super great. This is exactly what I want to do. I'm going to do a full one soon with all the schools, because I know the Sun Belt probably like truly have a good argument for probably having someone closer. So I will get on that as well. I have more breaking news for today. A new Stanford tree has been chosen.
Oh.
Woo! And she's a girl. We got a girl tree.
Not that rare anymore, but yeah.
Still exciting.
Her name, by the way, is Ruby. And Ruby, she is going to be getting some free Sickos Committee stickers and merch. Because I was like, you know what? You're the new tree. You absolutely, if you don't have our stickers, you should get some right now. I've told stories about like what it takes to get to the Stanford tree before. I've talked a little about that before. I just want to mention the audition rules one more time. There are the three.
Every podcast is someone's first.
Yes, and so becoming the tree is an arduous process that is very requires.
So you need to be planted.
Yes,
you need to be watered.
you have a lot of stunts you have to do, things like that. The big 3 rules: don't go to jail, don't go to the hospital, and don't light yourself on fire.
Seems reasonable.
Yeah, that's all you're going to know. Apparently, there are some people who have tried covering their back with leeches, biting off the head of a live snake, swallowing a live scorpion, sliding down a 10-meter diving platform while on fire, which counted because it was in a fireproof suit, getting zapped by a stun gun, making a Bloody Mary with one's own blood and drinking it, walking across hot coals and doing push-ups on dry ice on one's back, and even cutting off a pinky toe. The latter contestant amazingly did not become the tree. It's a big deal, y'all.
The pinky toe, like
I have questions about how the pinky toe thing interacts with Rule 2.
I don't go to the hospital, I guess.
I mean, Moose, is this like the
Just
Big
walk it
Lebowski? I mean,
making a Bloody Mary with one's own blood is so good. That's so meta.
That's so gross.
It's so meta.
That's so gross.
No.
Do not encourage
I would-
this,
No.
Jordan.
There was this had been like 10 years ago in Dallas. One of the art galleries was showing someone's work, and their lead piece is called Bloodhead, and it's an artist who's taken his own blood out and froze it in the shape of his head, and he does it every 5 years or so. It's fascinating, but it is just blood.
Sure.
It won't surprise you that I fucking love modern art. Like, I really love weird modern art. That should not surprise me.
I also
I
like
know
modern art.
you do. This is why we get along so well. So yeah, congrats, new tree. I was going to post the Pope smoke, but I figured fire around trees is not the best thing.
I assume that's why they have the "don't light yourself on fire" rule.
Oh yeah, I assume so. Every rule, it's like when I read my this was my high school's guide or whatever you call it, rules, whatever, and there would be things like no knives, specifically no stiletto knives, and that just tells you okay, someone has done this.
Specific rule,
Right?
There is a specific
specific
rules exist for specific reasons.
Like I saw one that said no armor, no ammunition, blah 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 blah, armor piercing rounds. And I just want to know what kid came in being like, nope, fucker, you did not say armor piercing rounds, and just putting down these giant fucking bullets. This is my calculator. Okay. Dave & Buster's is allowing betting now. Right?
At what point do we need to have a serious conversation about us having a national gambling addiction? And also, allowing betting now? Was there a vice officer at Dave & Buster's preventing you from telling your friend, hey, I'll bet you $5 that you can't do this?
No, what this means is Dave & Buster's wants a cut. That's what this means. It means nothing. All it means is that they are going to try to have some system where, but you basically you can, I guess, if you're wagering your friend at Dave & Buster's, now you can do it through them and they take a cut of the money, and then so anyone who's using this, that is truly deranged behavior. You can't just use Venmo or something that
you have to use their gambling system because you want prop bets too. That's what I'm seeing here.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, is Dave & Buster's, are they publicly traded?
Yeah,
because I feel like this is something that, especially this time of year, right? You've got first quarter earnings coming out, and this is the kind of thing where it's just
this is what you announced to get the numbers up slightly before.
Right. Your investors, they should have just announced that they're blockchain.
I was gonna say AI. Yep, AI or crypto.
Is this like what Wendy's tried to do with the surge pricing?
Yep. This feels like the same kind of bullshit.
Like Dave & Buster's, hey, we're gonna allow you to bet.
Yeah.
But
no, it's
you could only trade in Dave & Buster's tokens.
It's just some dumb shit that you throw in there because investors are dumb. Basically, that's what
I do look forward to hearing about this on Trash Future, next week.
I will read. Roger Sherman, our good friend, highlighted part of this article. I'm going to read a little bit of it, and just it's every sentence after this is going to make you cringe. The company they're talking about is Lucra. Lucra is a quote. Make sure I'm not going to get sued because I mentioned it right. It is a gamification software company, which are all good words. We're thrilled to work with Lucra to bring this exciting new gaming platform to our customers, says Simon Murray, Senior Vice President of Entertainment of Dave & Buster's. This new partnership gives our loyalty members real-time, unrivaled gaming experience and reinforces our commitment to continuing to elevate our customer experience through innovative, cutting-edge technology. Okay, you're just rolling your eyes now, right? That's all pretty. That's all pretty standard.
This is the normal shut the fuck up suit. Say real words.
I have fell asleep in the Zoom meeting already.
Okay, here we go. Lucra, created in 2019 by then Stanford Graduate School of Business classmates Dylan Robbins and Michael Matting, is a software platform that allows users to compete for real money in friendly competitions. Robbins and Matting previously worked together at Goldman Sachs.
Of course, these fucking guys went to Stanford, and of course, these fucking guys worked for Goldman Sachs. Stanford Tree, we love you. Stanford Business, you're on thin ice.
Lucra helps our partners drive user adoption, increase retention and engagement, and add new monetization streams to their business. Nope. This is AI as shit. It's missing blockchain though. You're right, Arthur.
This actually does something, like, unlike AI, which is just out here like turning itself into garbage by getting high on its own supply. This does at least theoretically provide a service. It's not one that makes sense to use. It's like Juicero, but like it does theoretically do something.
Yeah, I mean, I'd feel like Dave & Buster's is already like super expensive.
Right, and then you're adding this on top.
Right.
Yes.
Right. It's like, oh, like I need to find a way to make me spend even more money when I go to Dave & Buster's.
That's right.
Also funny, Lucra says its skill-based games are not subject to the same license and regulations gambling operators face with games of chance. Ooh, I hope your lawyers tested that one.
Oh, yeah.
Lucra is
Dave & Buster's, technically not a casino.
Lucra is careful not to use the term bet or wager to describe its games. We use real money contests or challenges.
Oh, this is the Pennsylvania legislature attempting to differentiate between small games of chance and large games of chance, and also games of skill.
Mm-hmm.
What would be like the stupidest thing that you could bet on at Dave & Buster's? Like, what game would it be? Like, is it the one that's like the circle thing where you try to get the most tickets in the lights or something? Or is it...
Oh, yeah.
Do they still have the one where you do like the token pushing?
Oh, the little like shoving the little...
They're shoving the little things like over the thing?
The coin pusher?
The coin pusher?
Yeah.
So I clearly...
There is a little bit of skill required with the coin pusher.
Yeah, a little bit.
Ring toss is one that, like, even if it's not rigged, it's impossible to win. Don't gamble on ring toss.
It'd be weird, like the horse racing one, you know, where you roll in the balls. You're just like, hey.
I had a moment, and I understand that this is not what they're talking about. These are like bets between people, things like that. But I'm just imagining a casino whale, like a very rich Korean businessman standing like next to skee ball at Dave & Buster, pushing like piles of chips over, watching one dude shoot like he's hot at a craps table. I know that's not what this is, but that's all of a sudden what I want.
I do also enjoy the idea of like gambling on strangers at Dave & Buster's.
Now we're like weird, wagering in the background.
It's bets on bets on bets. Holy shit, we've just recreated the
2008
financial crisis.
It's the Dave & Buster's like betting casino where you're betting on this one person in virtual bowling that you use like the can we place bets?
Dave & Buster's back.
This is so awful. Oh my god.
Can we place bets now on like the actual like shuffleboard tables out by Dave & Buster's?
Hey, what if
Web3, are you listening? We've got a great idea.
What if we watched the 72-ounce steak live feed and took bets on the outcomes of that?
I mean, I don't know. When we were watching, the outcomes were pretty clear.
Yeah.
I don't know how you take the bet
lines as the people sit down.
Yeah.
So we got to get in. Hey, this is your contestant. This is what they're going. Maybe we need to introduce them. Maybe set some odds or something like that. We need the 72-ounce steak.
I love the idea of now we're gambling on people who don't even know. We're past like I'm gambling on people I don't know, but at least they know I'm there. We've moved
Yeah.
on to gambling on people who don't know I'm there
That's right.
and don't know they're part of my gambling scheme.
That is correct.
I mean that is
That's
pretty
the
much
next
all
level.
sports betting.
I wonder if the Scottish teens who gamble on political elections are have thought about this. This is a new market for you, Scottish teens.
We'll be talking about Eurovision betting next Sunday, so don't worry about that.
Well, also like
Ooh.
imagine because I feel like I don't know, like it's been a long time since I've been inside at Dave and Buster's, because I'm 27 years old now, and also I feel like that's just Dave and Buster's are just so far in the past. But like there's definitely ways to cheat at like places like that. Like imagine that coming in. Like imagine like someone else, like someone blocking your opponent's like
Oh yeah,
shooting at the basketball hoop or whatever, or doing something to like. I feel like in like a lot of arcades,
someone's riding out, slamming beta blockers to calm themselves down before they play a game.
Well, no, I mean, I just like I feel like in a lot of like arcade style places, like there's like at least a Hollywood cliche of like people cheating and then like getting like a huge amount of tickets. Like that's something that happens in movies.
Oh yeah.
Like imagine that like swinging gambling.
So I have been in a Dave and Buster's recently, and there are a couple of other things that irritate me about this, even on the gambling front. I think I talked about point one on the show shortly after the last time I was at Dave and Buster's, which is that my local Dave and Buster's has replaced the skee ball machines with virtual skee ball
That's
machines.
right. Yes, that's awful.
What the fuck is that?
Wait. So how do you like? You don't hold a ball at all? Like how do you control it?
I think you have a ball, but then it's a screen. I didn't play it. I just walked over to where the skee ball machine should have been, and it was some sort of screen having monstrosity, and I was like, immediately no. So there's that piece of it. And then there is also the fact that you don't actually get paper tickets anymore. It just like loads the ticket value onto your card, and it's much less satisfying.
Same thing with the slot machines. Like you want that ching, 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 ching. You don't want just on my card.
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree with all that.
But I think the digitization of things like skee ball makes gambling on the outcomes a little bit less compelling.
It could be. It's like a Futurama episode. You know, you could be playing virtual skee ball.
Okay, new idea.
Do people gamble on esports?
Oh,
yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
What about
there has to have been like esport like betting scandals at this point.
There 100% has to be. By the way, I have several tabs open. The first one is speedrunning performance enhancing drugs ? Wondering if you could get PEDs for speedrunning, because they're not going to test you, right? There's no anti-doping agency for speedrunning. The other thing I was going to say was, nope, lost it. It's fine. Now I'm just interested in performance enhancing drugs for speedrunning.
I'll defeat Mario, but I need to be on crack. All of the stimulants.
I've taken every stimulant.
What is the best?
That's the one time I do cocaine is playing through
trying to break
Mario
records
or something.
So
it should be a game that like how do you even speed I'm speed running Cities Skylines.
Oh, people find a way to speed run anything, man. There are certain games like people speed run the NES Shoots and Ladders game. A game that gives you no choice to do anything. You just slam the A button as fast as possible.
Okay.
Yeah, I like just trying to speedrun something that just has like a clock that moves linearly. Like I'm trying to speedrun like I don't know, like
life
Europa Universalis or something. Like,
oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, I just Googled Civ 5 speedrun, so thanks for that.
Oh, I guarantee that has to exist.
I feel like with Civ though, it's still about clicking the buttons. Like with
God.
like Europa Universalis, like it's just like a clock going. Like what? So like, there's nothing you can do. I think to influence the passage of time. I don't think.
Civ 5 developers react to 33 millisecond speedrun. How did we do? I'm observing this. How did we do this?
Okay. They said man couldn't do a
milliseconds?
sub 1 second Civ 5 speedrun.
That I don't know, man. What? Okay.
I would like to show you guys a chart a chart from Matt Stahl at AL.com. He looked up through some FOIA-ing the amount each school is paying in football severance. And at the bottom, this is before the firing of
Jimbo.
So A&M, you get to sit on this one for a bit. This is financial year 2023.
So we could just call this graphic the BJ graphic.
Yeah, because
it's
all these
Jimbo.
little bits. Oh, they're paying some people. Who are they paying in Alabama? I wonder. I don't know. So all these people, Texas is paying a lot. They're paying over $5 million in football. What? What school is that on the far left with a giant off the top of the chart? Is that you, Auburn? Is that you, Auburn, paying like $18 million in football severance right now?
You know it is.
Is that you, Auburn?
They're still paying Gus. They're still paying Brian Harsin.
They're paying Brian Harsin a lot.
Well, yeah. I mean, he only lasted 2 years, right?
Sure. You could have said any number there.
I think
that is correct. It was 2
I think it was 2. Yeah, that seems right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I am like 90% sure it was 2.
That's so much money.
And like some change, I guess, because we had the Cadillac Williams half a season.
Oh yeah, that's right too.
Beauty until we got that motherfucker.
You could have had Cadillac.
Friendly reminder, Auburn, that it would be good if you fired that motherfucker.
Make the line go up. You're gonna let A&M beat you.
Line go up.
You're gonna let A&M beat you by paying Jimbo. This is just some coaching hire fire fuck ups are big, but it's hard to tell how big they are sometimes unless you see it like this. Because holy shit. No, felt the wait time.
The line does go up, right? But at least to me, it was pretty clear that the Gus Malzahn, Brian Harsin, Hugh Freeze series of events was and is not going to end well. My spicy take as someone who grew up an Auburn fan is that Auburn really should have just left Gus alone.
Yeah. That was probably the correct answer.
It was going pretty well, all things considered.
Keeping Cadillac Williams would probably have been like choice number 2. Like that's timeline 2 I would take. By the way, Freeze's contract contains a 75% buyout clause in the event he's fired without cause.
Yeah, but it's Hugh Freeze, so he'll find a way to get fired for cause.
There'll be some cause, you would think. Likely.
That's the Hugh Freeze 40 for 40. Fired for cause.
Fired for cause.
Please, Hugh, don't sue us. Beth isn't here yet, but she and I have a gift for you guys.
Oh.
Because we're going to talk about the CFL draft for a bit. I have some music. Beautiful.
I like how twinkly.
I know.
Oh
she did such a good job. I texted
man.
her at like 8 in the morning. Hold up. I'm getting the exact text out.
8 in the morning? 8 in the morning?
If you have time today, I have a musical joke request. CFL draft is tonight. Can you do the draft jingle, but using the sample of you saying "eh" as an instrument? And of course, because it's Beth, she got it back to me 45 minutes later and said, "Sorry it took so long."
Yeah, that tracks.
Anyways, today there's 2 CFL drafts going on.
Yes.
They have the international draft, and then they have the Canadian draft.
Okay.
And the international draft is glorious because they have to pick people who are not Canadian and not American.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so many Australian kickers go this way.
Yeah.
Of the 9 in the first round of the CFL Global Draft, International Draft, 4 punters, 1 kicker. Beautiful. No notes. Most of them did play in the States, though.
Yes.
I do enjoy seeing things like Texas A&M, pipe, Australia. New Mexico State, pipe, New Zealand.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Can you imagine that one? Like New Mexico State to New Zealand to New Mexico State. That feels like a lot.
Oh, that must be a trip.
A lot.
Then now they got drafted to what?
Calgary.
Calgary. Oh, it's even higher up. Just
that's not quite antipodal with New Zealand, but I feel like it's in the ballpark.
It's another just probably add about another 5 hours to your flight.
Who was the overall first pick, Commish? Let's just say, where did the first overall in the regular draft come from?
In the regular draft?
In the CFL draft.
Not the global draft.
Not the global draft.
All right. Cincinnati.
Yes. University of Cincinnati.
That's right.
Went to the Edmonton Elks, the team that we were so concerned with. They beat the losing streak record, right?
They did.
And we were just hoping on for them to win. That's right. Yes.
And they did.
Awesome. Second choice is from Auburn, Boston College. We got a lot of folks like around here, like from, Canadian players who played college in the States, which is always fun.
I love the global draft portion of it because they tend to still draft people that have been picked by NFL teams. And right. Just like you never know, like, so in the second round of the global draft, somebody drafted Tory Taylor, the punter out of Iowa. Like if he flames out of the Bears, he's still got the CFL to fall back on. And so the second pick of the global draft too, with Matthew Hayball, he signed an undrafted free agent contract with the Saints. And that's the second pick of the global draft. So like there's like, they may not get this punter or not, but they still picked him in case he gets cut by the Saints.
This is some baseball bullshit.
I love this too, because apparently our official like CFL team, the Edmonton Elks, for the third straight year, they have drafted the top long snapper available.
Hell yeah.
Gotta catch
why are they running through long snappers so quickly? Now I'm worried.
I don't know, but if you need a third string long snapper in the CFL, I don't know what's going on. For the third year in a row, they've drafted the top rated long snapper. So
I love it.
That seems to be how it works well in Edmonton. I have no idea what's going on.
Super excited. Some news here in the fourth round. Jaquan Bloomfield from Prairie View A&M got drafted to the Ottawa Red Blacks. Sorry, the Ottawa Red Blacks.
It's all caps. You got to say it. Red Blacks.
You have to.
Red Blacks.
Red Blacks.
You have to. It's a rule. So how are you guys? How are we feeling about the Canadian season? Who you got on top this year, Commish? I got nothing. I know. Pitt Girl was like, "This is not knowledge I was expected to have. What the fuck is this?"
No, this is what we have Joey for. Joey keeps all of our thoughts about the CFL.
We're gonna have a CFL preview episode, and it'll be in the beginning of June.
I'll upload the.
No, we have somebody from the blog in Canada that's going to join us. John Fraser from Three Down Nation.
Oh yes,
he's going to join us along with Joey, and I have like the show kind of planned out already for it. We're going to give you basically a tutorial on how to pick your CFL team based off of some college football flavor, and give you a couple of different, give you like some histories of the team, some colors, how they typically play, and try to link you up with your CFB fandom to get you into the CFL this year.
CFL is good. All football is good football, but Canadian football is really fun.
It's got the rouge. You can't beat it.
So let's talk about some of the things that give us money, because you should be giving us money. First off, always check our link tree and on our Twitter and Instagram and Blue Sky profiles. That has all our links to our partners, such as Seven Coffee Roasters, Bearded Brothers, Cola Goodies, and Pour More Liquor subscription. Use offer code yes, yes, 3 Haas for 5% off your first order. Cannot ship to Utah, Mississippi, Alabama, Massachusetts, Tennessee, Hawaii, Michigan, or South Dakota. South Dakota, congratulations! You're keeping your quarterback for next year, by the way.
South Dakota
State. Their fans were very happy about that news. As always, $5 a month. Join our Patreon. You get access to our Discord. You can just join in with the live chat and come up with ideas and help us out. You can see the inner workings that happen about all our background stuff. You also get access to our paywall Substack posts and our 3 different podcasts, including Behind the Paywall, which include Commish's Corner, Yes, Rah 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 Yes, and Prairie View Chronicles. We have our YouTube, which has been blowing up slowly but surely. Go on there, watch our shorts. It should be a lot of fun. We have our Instagram. We have our Substack. Commish just released part of his article on the best season of all time for schools who stopped having a football team. The Drexel Dragons.
Oh, yeah. That was a fun one.
That was a really fun one. I enjoyed that one a lot.
I enjoyed it. I just love the fact that they had something in their yearbook where one of their players just had their head in the bucket.
Yep.
And it seems that was like he was thirsty. Mm-hmm. That was I don't know why they did that, but it's refreshing to stick your head in the bucket.
Sure.
There was a skit improv group at college, because of course there were several competing ones. The one I'm referring to is a group called Casual Thursday, and these guys, their last thing of the night would be that you'd have one guy put his head like in a bucket of water, and the people would tap him on the shoulder, and he'd have to say things as he came out of the water, whatever. But the final part of the show always was just leaving him underwater and not tapping him to come up until he would realize this. But they would take turns picking on who this was going to be. And one time, the dude that did it, he had really long hair. He came up and like flipped his hair back so far, he tossed ice and shattered a fluorescent bulb.
Oh.
Yeah. Had to clear out all the mercury in that. Yeah, go for that.
They really got to get you guys other things to do at Dartmouth besides
There's
drink.
acapella. Lots of acapella in improv.
I think my point remains, because neither of those activities preclude also drinking.
Man, just so much drinking. Also, Message Board Geniuses podcast. They're great. They go to the places we refuse to go. And lastly, our longest partner, Homefield Apparel. If you love the softest, most comfortable, most snazzy collegiate and like racing apparel and like Indianapolis Colts apparel, they're so big now. Oh my God. Our beautiful boys have grown up. They have some new stuff dropping for the Indy 500 and things like that. If you're interested in that, definitely go to Homefield. Use our offer code yes, ha ha ha, yes, 3 ha's, for 15% off your first order.
Homefield Apparel, the second most famous thing from Speedway, Indiana, and the first most comfortable.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, they actually have some new stuff coming out this week. They're introducing some heavyweight tees. So they're going to have 6 of those with the Indy 500. The hats are phenomenal. I really enjoy wearing my Folgers hat, the one that I got, the NASCAR great. From Hendricks Motorsports. It's a good one. It's good stuff. I've bought too much, so like anytime I buy a new Homefield shirt, I have to donate another shirt that is not a Homefield shirt. Mm-hmm. So it is basically almost taking over my closet at this point.
Are you a t-shirt hanger or a t-shirt folder?
I am a t-shirt folder because I have far too many to hang, and I have a specific way of folding them that makes me able to fit more t-shirts in my drawer than would otherwise fit. And I can still see all of them because you fold them into a little square and then put them in vertically.
The Marie Kondo thing, but yeah. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. The most useful thing I learned from her, because I'm not as willing to part with things as I should be, but I can fit more things that still spark joy into a smaller space. So thank you for that, Marie Kondo.
Do you hang your shirts?
I hang t-shirts.
That's so weird.
I'm a t-shirt hanger.
It's so weird.
It's weird. It's fine. It's just what I do. I mean, pretty much all my shirts are hung up. My dresser drawers. Really, it's just like socks, gym shorts, night shirts, and then like underwear. I only have like 3 dresser drawers. The rest is occupied by my wife. So I really have no choice but to hang.
Okay, that makes sense then. Yeah. I get 5 to myself, so I have space.
I only have 3. So yeah, she has I think 8, and so we have like a big dresser. There's 3 on each side. I get 3 of those, and then she has her own separate dresser that's 5.
You iron your t-shirts?
I do not.
What the fuck?
I know people that did this.
I'm not.
That's sociopathic.
I agree. I agree, but also I know that I have weird behaviors too, so I'm not.
I think I've probably maybe ironed 5 shirts in my life.
Okay.
I will say that. Any of the college shirts you had to wear for like an interview, I don't care. They were tumble dry low. I would not buy a shirt that I had to iron. If it said like you had to iron or dry clean it, I'm not buying it.
Commish, do you fold your underwear?
Yeah.
Okay. I just like toss it in.
Well, I mean,
like chaos box.
You know, I have a variety pack of underwear. So.
Oh, okay. Well, here we go. What variety?
Sure.
Let's.
Well, like any type of. I mean,
like wham, baseball.
No, it's just.
My opinions about folding underwear are going to necessarily differ.
Oh yeah,
yours.
no,
that's different. Yeah. But no, I have like every underwear option you could have for a guy. So like briefs, boxer briefs, and boxers. So there you go.
Banana hammock.
What is that?
You got the full on like.
So Commish has informed us that he does not, in fact, own a dude.
But that's the thing. Like
things I wanted to know.
He said I have every, and like all of a sudden I was
Jordan, that is where I immediately went as well. Thank you for saying it because it would have been weird if I had said it.
It's great.
I just have the options. I'm not talking about.
I know. Don't stop saying that.
All right. Well, you asked me the question.
That's giving me more things.
I mean, you led from like me being a t-shirt hanger to be like, hey man, what you got in your underwear drawer?
This is my fault, clearly.
Okay.
I mean now, at this point, we're just asking, like, do you have dumps like a truck?
Yes.
Truck.
Anyways,
I do not.
We do have our.
Hello, Sickos HR.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi. It's me. I'm Sickos HR. God damn it. We have another installment tonight of the WICUAWSIWI.
Hold on. You missed something.
What did I miss?
Hard pivot.
You missed something.
Oh, sorry. The transfer portal thing. I did not see it.
Okay.
But it's not closed technically because grad students can still move for another day or two.
Yeah.
There is also still an hour left, assuming that the transfer portal is open until the end of 4:30 Eastern time.
Oh, or is it?
So it's closing today, we think. And then it'll be open in about another week or so. But I had a brief game on the transfer portal. We could take the portal out of my dresser drawers and go to the transfer portal game. The only thing that I really care about transfer portal wise is essentially where quarterbacks have moved to, and if we can remember where they were and then what school they have gotten to, where they've gone to. So
I'm so cooked.
Okay, so let's go over this. I'm gonna just give you a couple of different ones, and I'm gonna try to give you some names of quarterbacks, and I'll tell you where they were and where they've gone. You have to guess where they have gone. Okay.
Okay.
Right. So, let's see here. I'm gonna give you one that they played last year. So I'm not gonna give you ones that they have not played, or maybe played like a limited duty whatsoever here. So
Okay.
Last year, there was a freshman quarterback named Dante Moore. He played for UCLA. Where has he gone? Where has he portaled to?
We talked about the Spavital brother last show.
Yes.
Who was the offensive? No, he was at Cal. Never mind.
Okay. I remember this. It just clicked here. He's going to Oregon.
Okay. Pitt Girl?
A Big Ten transfer.
Again, I thought I was cooking here, but I don't think he is in fact at Maryland because of reasons.
Okay.
So, never mind.
Yeah, Arthur is correct.
But I'll guess
this
Maryland
is our
anyway.
version of who he played for on the inside of the NBA. But with just Arthur, do you want to guess on this, or are you like, no, I don't want to play this game?
No, I'll guess. I'll say Toledo Rockets.
Jordan is correct. He did go to the Oregon Ducks.
He is a Duck.
So Jordan has one. If you want to keep track of this, Jordan,
it's that Big Ten transfer.
That's correct. All right.
Interconference transfer. Hell yeah.
Okay. So Jordan, you want to keep score here, or
give me a second. I got it. Give me a second.
Okay.
Oh, you're good.
All right. Next one. We should all know this one, I think. Cam Ward, who played for Wazoo. Where's Cam Ward gone?
You say I should know this. Did he go to Auburn?
Okay.
I feel like I would know that.
I'm just gonna guess another Cougar. I'll go Houston.
Okay.
Cam Ward is at Mizzou.
All right. Nobody got it correct. He went to Miami.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
Yeah.
See, that's why you think we should know that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
True. All right. The backup quarterback
You
for.
think I know who plays quarterback for any of my teams right now?
Okay. Maybe. Well, the backup quarterback, it was in between Quinn Ewers and Arch Manning, Malik Murphy. He has left Texas, but where has he gone? This is probably a really tough one.
Why is this game so hard?
He went. He went to Boston College.
Okay.
I'll go with Kennesaw State.
Okay.
Woohoo.
He is at Nevada.
Nobody got it correct. He went to Duke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I undersold. I'm sorry.
All right. So the former quarterback of the Kansas State Wildcats, Will Howard, left Kansas State. Where did Will go?
He is at Kansas State.
No, he was at Kansas State.
Isn't that where he came
is
from?
I
where
know.
he came from.
He was. I think he was the one. I don't remember. Maybe he's not the one that came back.
I'm gonna go Mississippi State.
This is giving Kentucky to me.
Okay.
Let's go with Commish.
What did you say?
What did you say? We didn't.
Oh, I'm
hear
sorry.
what you
I said
said.
Northwestern.
Okay. No.
Ah.
Incorrect. He went to Ohio State.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yes.
I should
right.
know some of this.
All right. So the former Duke quarterback, Riley Leonard, left Duke. Where did he go?
Notre Dame.
It is Notre Dame.
I believe you.
Okay. So all of you got that correct. He did go to Notre Dame. So you all got one.
There we go.
And Jordan has two now, I think.
Yes,
All
we
right.
did. Yes, we did.
Yay!
So Jaden Rashada was the highly sought after recruit at Florida, got in some NIL hot water, wound up at Arizona State. He has left Arizona State. Where is he now?
This is a real where in the world is Carmen Sandiego thing.
I'm gonna go with Georgia.
Arkansas.
Oh, I'm gonna go with Houston.
All right, he said Houston. Arthur's correct. He did wind up at Georgia.
There you go.
Oh,
All right, Arthur kind of knows this one here.
Good for him.
All right. So last year, DJ Uyunglele was at Oregon State. Where has he gone?
Ugh.
it would be very funny if he had gone back to Clemson, but I would have heard about it had he done that.
It is still kind of funny, but let's see.
Oh, he's at South Carolina, isn't he?
No, he's at Florida State.
I'll go South Carolina. That's the funniest option.
Jordan is correct. He did wind up at Florida State. So he will play, I believe he will play Clemson this year. The quarterback.
That's not a bad move for him, man.
No, not a bad move. The quarterback, the former Miami Hurricane quarterback, Tyler Van Dyke. Where did he go?
Remember when he was like going to be the thing? He was going to save him.
Yeah, and then they brought
Stop
in Mario
trying to make
Cristobal.
Tyler Van Dyke happen. Tyler Van Dyke was
Tyler
never
Van
going to
Dyne,
happen.
baby.
Well, he was never going to happen once he was coached by Mario Cristobal.
Yeah.
I don't know. Give me.
I can't believe he's still eligible. Shouldn't he be an Edmonton Elk
I don't
now?
know.
He had the 2020 season. That like it was,
Yeah,
it was the weird.
We're slowly filtering out of them. So Tyler Van Dyke, where did he go?
Give us a clue.
A clue. Okay.
No clues. No clues.
clues?
Just
All right.
vibes.
Just vibes?
Vibes.
Okay, fucking fine. Tyler Van Dyke is now at Illinois.
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 All right.
Purdue.
FIU.
Yeah, we're close with the Big Ten guesses. He's in Wisconsin.
Sure. Okay.
Ah.
Okay.
You could have just said the anti-Miami. I probably would have gotten it.
The
there.
anti-Miami. It was funny
Fine.
because he went to go visit Wisconsin in like January. And then like
Isn't Notre Dame like inherently the anti-Miami?
sure. All right. Former Arkansas quarterback KJ Jefferson. Where has he wound up?
Ooh.
UCF.
USF.
Oh, damn it. I was going to go FAU.
Arthur is correct. He is with the Gus Bus in UCF.
Yeah, Arthur.
Arthur knows.
Oh, that's actually fun.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's good. I like that. That has promise.
All right. So I guess my final one here is just, this is ULM mentioned. We'll do one here. Chandler Rogers. He transferred from ULM to North Texas. He has left North Texas.
Oh, really?
Where is he now?
New Mexico State.
What would be a lateral move? Like UTEP,
Jacksonville
maybe?
State.
UTEP.
Okay. He's in Cal.
That's so much fun.
Oh.
Holy shit. They saw him this year.
They did.
And they were like, I want that.
That's all right. And you know, it's funny because he'll still play a team in Dallas area. So in the ACC.
That is true.
Oh,
With Cal. So that was the transfer portal game. There was more quarterbacks. I didn't want to go through all of them.
No,
But
that's a good amount. This is
that's a
you're
good
really
amount.
making me panic for like
It was just like, oh my God.
We're gonna have to do a class this summer.
We
What
will.
we'll do for y'all? We'll do like a class where we will just help you study and memorize. I'll give you some mnemonic devices
Mm-hmm.
to help you remember that Tyler Van Dyke is now at Illinois. Did I say?
You said Illinois, but it was Wisconsin.
He's at
Oh, it's Wisconsin. Cool. See,
Yes.
just so smooth brained. It'll never stick.
Jordan will forget this by the next episode.
It's gonna be so much fun when I relearn this, though.
It will.
Y'all, I don't think I can describe to you how much fun it is to keep relearning fun things.
Mhm.
Like next time I find out Tyler Van Dyke's at Wisconsin, I'm gonna be so happy.
You're gonna like see a tweet or like a schedule with him on and be like, oh my God, he's in Wisconsin.
Yeah, I'll send that exact DM to y'all.
Yeah, listener, I need you to imagine Jordan the way that I am currently imagining Jordan, which is one of those adorable goldfish with the really big eyes. That's
So
Jordan.
happy and wide-eyed all the time.
All the time, because he's always learning new things that he just learned 5 seconds ago and then forgot.
We do have a WICUAWSIWI. What's coming up? What's
Whiskey
coming up, and why should I watch it? And
Yeah.
it is the Kentucky Derby. Commish, why should I watch the Kentucky Derby?
Because I said so. No. So growing up,
Did you see how much
That's the end of the show,
they're charging for mint juleps this year?
you know,
They've always
They've
been
No, but
always
like
been really-
they bumped up another $5.
was it like $25 now?
Something like that, yes.
Okay.
22
22
for Old Forester.
For Old Forester, it's not Woodford Reserve anymore?
They do have a Woodford Reserve option too.
Okay. So
No, sorry. The Old Forester's just the mint julep, Woodford Reserve Spire, and the Finlandia Oaks Lily. Okay, yeah.
okay. So there's a couple of different things. So the Kentucky Derby is coming up this weekend. It is coming up on the 4th on Saturday. This is kind of like something that I've done a lot growing up. My dad was a part of like horse ownership groups based out of the fairgrounds in New Orleans. And, you know, there'd be like a bunch of friends or whatever, like a group, and they would all pitch in to join in and buy a horse, pay for like the trainer and the jockey's fees and all this stuff. So I kind of grew up around horse racing, not like directly. I've been on horseback a bunch. There's been, race horses. I've been at the racetrack a good bit. My dad would take us to like Saratoga, New York on vacations when we go up to like Lake George.
Oh, is that the one
So-
that does the not chariot racing shit? What you call it? Like with the little like ride along
Like-
things?
Like the quarter horses.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, there's some that do that. And So I've horse racing is kind of been a part of it. I know there's like a bad side of this, and then they don't. There are some downsides to racing, and then always track issues and whatever. I understand that. This is basically the longest continuously held sporting event in America. And it is one of the most prestigious horse races in the world, if not the most prestigious. Now, people act like idiots. They drink a lot of mint juleps. They get a little crazy. They bet a lot of money. We've had the Wes Welker, drug testing thing after he won a bunch of money in a crazy like suit and betting, everything like that. So there's an element to this. It's a lot of fun. We used to do like a crawfish boil. We'd watch the race. It'd just be like an entire day of events associated with it, and we would try to bet on like horse racing. You could just bet like $1 to win.
Yeah, right.
Or $2. So I mean, it's like very minimal. I mean, don't expect to win it, and people really get into this stuff. It's a fun thing to do for just one weekend, I would say. You don't have to watch like the Preakness or the Belmont Stakes or anything of that nature. You don't need to do that. But the Kentucky Derby is just kind of fun. It is a big, giant event. Wear a ridiculous hat. Drink a bunch of bourbon with mint in it. Have a crawfish boil if you can. Even though the price of crawfish is way too damn high this year. And just watch the most exciting 2 minutes in sports. So it's all this build up for just basically 2 minutes.
Hey, girl, have you ever been
to the Kentucky Derby? I have not. I have a friend who went and brought me back a souvenir shot glass, but I have yet to attend. I would like to go.
I have been, but only in the infield once. I will never go back and be in the infield again. I am too old for that shit. I will say that one of the sororities near my house had delightful Derby Day parties. We would all go. I got my first seersucker for that. It started a whole thing. I have a seersucker suit. I've told you this.
You've talked about
this. It's great. Yes. It's like wearing pajamas outside. It's wonderful. So I do love me the Derby. I think the thing I remember most about the Kentucky Derby was being so hot and me forgetting to put in Alana's bet for the horse that ended up being the winner.
Of course.
I fucked that up. So who's going to put it in?
Goldfish Shorten strikes again.
I got distracted by something. That's the story of my life. Okay, fine.
I got distracted by something.
I would like to take this moment while we discuss this also to shout out something that I think I originally learned about from friend of the show Action Cookbook, which is the Kentucky Oaks, which occurs on Friday before the Kentucky Derby and is the equivalent to the Kentucky Derby, but specifically for fillies. And it has its own set of traditions around it and its own cocktail. Yep. So if you don't like bourbon, you can drink an Oaks Lily instead. It's got vodka and cranberry in it.
Good stuff.
Delightful.
It's a real fun weekend. It's an enjoyable thing to do, and it's just something different. There's basketball on, there's hockey on, there's baseball. This is just like a nice little something different to just change up the sporting event for you. Just change it a little bit different. I have to say something. It's weird because I'm looking at the show notes doc, and it's like show notes like April 30th, and I don't feel like April 30th is a real day. Like the 4:30 just does not feel right.
Commish, are any days real if you really think about it?
Probably not.
Can't do this. We're not doing this tonight, guys.
Linear time.
Time. It's a construct.
It is.
It's a mistake. It doesn't have to be real. If we all stopped believing in it.
4:30 threw you off?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Like I keep looking at it, and it maybe it's just the way I wrote it. It's like a fraction, like 4/30ths, and then I don't know.
It's actually 2/15.
Yeah, it is. It feels like February 15th. Yeah. Makes sense.
I think what I like most about the Derby is the stuff around it. Like I don't really care about the horse racing, but I do want to see the silly hats, and I like to see all the seersucker. Right, like that's the thing.
Like
I want to see all that.
We do love a silly hat.
I love the silly hat, the people watching. it's very good people watching, because like, even if you're not into this, like, look at this ridiculous gigantic hat this person is wearing, and they have to wear this thing around the entire day. It's just ridiculous.
Also, racehorse names are a whole thing.
Yes,
And that's always
That's
fun.
one thing that I have. I actually have a game about racehorse names.
Oh, can I say real fast? The horse that I fucked up on had a great name. It was called "I'll Have Another," and right.
And that's
I
what you
should've-
probably did instead of betting.
No, my wife was way more drunk than me that day and tried to run a half marathon the next day.
Oh, dear
Yeah.
God.
Shout out to the Flying Pig Marathon in Cincinnati.
Good Lord.
Not that my wife is a flying pig. I want to be real clear on that. It's the name of the race. Everyone chill the fuck out. So there's a lot.
We're going to
a lot
tell
of runs
her.
these races, and so they have these categories for larger runners. And for men, it's like hippo and elephant class. And for the women class, it's like the Athena class. And I just feel like as guys, we got to do better than like, oh, I'm a hippo. What's that face you're making?
This feels like patriarchy, but I can't figure out how.
I can't explain it either. It does feel that way, though, doesn't it?
Sometimes it just smells like patriarchy. And if it smells like patriarchy, it probably is. To be clear, patriarchy smells like a middle school boy's locker room.
Like Axe body spray.
Axe body spray and BO, yes.
So what is our game, Commish?
So I actually have a Kentucky Derby horse game. So I have names of past Kentucky Derby winners.
Okay.
Along with names of horses that are actually in the field this year.
Okay.
And you have to guess which one is the horse that is in the field. With the choices of, I have 5 names.
Okay.
I have 5 names for each slot. There's 20 horses that are racing in that. One is actually in the race this year. The other 4 choices are names of horses that have actually won the Kentucky Derby.
Okay.
So this should be kind of fun. I want Arthur to play if he like. I was hoping Beth could make it back in time, but it just
Beth is sadly unable to teleport.
She cannot teleport at the moment. So let's go ahead and start here. So in gate 1, we have these potential horse names that are currently in the race. So I want you again to name the horse that is in the race this year. Okay?
Okay, gotcha.
All right. So in gate 1, we have Dornock, Vagrant, Halma, Regret, or Omaha.
What was that third one again? Halma?
Halma. So it's like it's H.
Halma's in the race this year.
Or Halma.
I'm gonna say Halma. Halma's in the race this year.
Okay.
I just love the fact that somebody named their racehorse Vagrant.
Mm-hmm.
Here is my $250,000 animal, Vagrant.
Vagrant.
I'm going with Omaha based off of the theory that it wasn't until now that Peyton Manning had the time to have horses.
So Peyton Manning has horses now, and Omaha is in the race. Okay. Everybody is incorrect.
Oh.
The one that is in the field this year is Dornock.
Oh, that was a great name. That's such a good name.
But it's spelled D-O-R.
I can hear it being said with like an old school accent.
Yes. D-O-R.
And here comes Dornock.
Dornock. 20-1 odds as of this posting. Probably changes with betting. Vagrant won the Derby. Halma won the Derby. Regret won the Derby. Omaha won the Derby. Actually the third winner of the Triple Crown. So that one is there. Okay. That Dornock is in gate 1. So on the inside pole.
Okay.
So here we go with gate 2. We have Lord Murphy, Ben Brush, George Smith, Bold Venture, or Sierra Leone?
I'm gonna say George Smith is racing this year.
Can I get the list besides George Smith
Okay.
again? I'm
Sorry, yeah,
sorry.
got stuck
So
real hard.
we'll give you Lord Murphy, Ben Brush, Bold Venture, Sierra Leone.
Okay, so I'm going to eliminate Bold Venture because I suspect that Bold Venture is a relatively short timeline descendant of Bold Ruler, who is a historical racehorse whose name I know.
Ooh.
Which horse racing in the like Seabiscuit and or Secretariat eras is one of my Wikipedia holes, and so I know things about some racehorses, but not all of them. Also, shout out to Barbaro, who was from Pennsylvania. Yeah. I'm going to go with Ben Brush racing this year.
Okay.
I'll go with George Smith. I like a horse that just has like a person name. Like that's cool.
Okay. The one that's racing this year is Sierra Leone.
Oh.
Okay.
So nobody got this one right. Lord Murphy, a winner. Ben Brush, a winner. George Smith won in 1916.
That's a 1916 ass horse name.
So Bold Venture was a former winner also. So you were kind of correct in this situation here, but
Oh, George Smith was named after a man, noted turfman George E. Smith, also known as Pittsburgh Phil.
That's right.
I just like that. Like, if you named a person George Smith, you'd be like, oh, okay. Like, that's not that creative. Like, naming a horse that, it's like, yeah, like, that's funny. That's cool.
I mean, there is a George Smith that also, I think it's on the bottle of Glenlivet Scotch. So I wonder if that was a descendant.
Yeah.
No, he saw the bottle of Glenlivet Scotch and was like, hey, let's name the horse after Glenlivet. But, all right. So, Sierra Leone, 3-1 odds in the second spot here. All right, we're up to gate 3 here. So we're gonna start with the gate 3 folks. We have Typhoon 2, Omar KM, War Admiral, Mystic Dan, Fonzo.
Oh, those are all good.
Okay, so I can eliminate War Admiral. War Admiral is one of the historical racehorses I know whose name I know.
Yeah.
Because he raced against Seabiscuit, if I recall correctly. So we can eliminate him.
I'm going all in Mystic Dan.
Okay,
it's just too good.
Yeah, I like Mystic Dan. I'm gonna be honest, like I know nothing about horse racing, so I'm just going with the name I like best, which is Mystic Dan.
Mystic Dan sounds like a drive time DJ from Rhode Island. Also potentially like a weird like 1920s college football nickname. Can I have the rest of the list again? I'm sorry.
All right, so we're gonna rule out. You don't want War Admiral, so there's Fonzo.
I do not want War Admiral.
Fonzo, Typhoon 2, and Omar KM.
I'm going to say Omar KM is in the race this year. Another horse with a person name, maybe.
All right. So Arthur and Jordan are correct. Mystic Dan is in the race.
Oh.
Mystic Dan is in the race. 20-1 odds in the third gate.
Mystic Dan, I'm just getting like alt-world Forrest Gump vibes. It's not Lieutenant Dan, it's Mystic Dan.
All right.
Mystic Dan took too much LSD.
Here we go.
Mystic Dan just appears in a giant cloud of weed smoke.
Absolutely.
So, Mystic Dan vapes.
Yep.
20-1 odds there if you want to bet on Mystic Dan, which I'm sure there's some weird off-track betting.
Used to be a head shop. He had to get into vapes too because to make money, because that's all that makes money nowadays.
Get it. Okay.
That's the good shit.
Gate number 4. Here we go. We have Exterminator, Lauren, Catching Freedom, Joe Cotton, or Plaudit.
What was the second one?
Second one I said was Lawrin. Lawrin. Lawrin.
I like La Ren. That's Spanish for the Wren.
Oh.
I'm gonna go with Exterminator because
Okay.
I like the Exterminator at Kennywood.
Okay.
Was he your friend?
Catching Freedom sounds really early 2000s, but I'm going to go with it anyway.
Okay.
It feels like 2002.
It's very Freedom Fries, the
Yeah.
horse.
It is. Catching Freedom is in the race this year.
Oh,
Freedom Fries,
Freedom
the horse
Fries,
is
the
riding
horse.
this year.
Catching Freedom.
what are my
8 to
odds
1
for Freedom
odds.
Prize? Oh, that's not bad.
8 to 1 odds.
Oh.
Catching Freedom. In the 4 spot. Okay. Moving on to the 5th gate. We have Johnstown, Catalytic, Buchanan, Manuel, and Sir Barton.
Oh, it's Manuel. It's Manny. My good friend Manny's in the race.
I like how we have 2 Pennsylvania ass horse names here with Johnstown, number 1, and number 2, Buchanan, the name of Pennsylvania's so far only president.
Is that really your only president was Buchanan?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah, because
man.
Biden doesn't count because his most recent office before president and vice president was senator from Delaware.
We don't recognize Delaware sovereignty, so you're okay.
That's true. Oh
Okay.
yeah, okay. We got Joe Biden also. But yeah.
It's Manny. My horse Manny.
I gotta go with Johnstown. Just I've never actually really been to Johnstown, but just shout out to Johnstown.
Shout out to Johnstown.
It's relatively close to me, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. And did you pick Jordan?
I guess I'm gonna have to go with Buchanan, who is from
Oh
Lancaster,
yeah,
which
Jordan
is
picked Manuel.
pretty close to me.
Jordan picked Manuel or Manuel.
Yep.
The horse that is in the race this year is Catalytic, because all those converters are being stolen. The catalytic converters.
I assumed that was like something from like the 70s.
30 to 1 odds in the 5th spot. Catalytic. All right.
We bought a racehorse with all the revenue from our stolen rarer.
That is right. I think I saw like a tweet the other day. It was like, decorate your home with copper gutters. And I was like, oh my God. I think it was a sarcastic post. Okay. We're moving on to the 6th spot here. So we have, all right. I'm gonna have trouble saying this one, but it's Galahedon.
Okay.
Just Steel, Apollo, Lieutenant Gibson, and Paul Jones.
Okay, it's gotta be like once again Paul Jones. We like man names for horses.
I'm gonna have to take Lieutenant Gibson then, because that is also just a guy's name.
True.
So you said one of the options was Apollo?
Apollo, yes.
I gotta go with Apollo. Like, man, R.I.P. Carl Weathers.
Okay. So nobody got this one correct either. It is Just Steel.
Do crimes.
Okay,
but Steel spelled like Steel.
So is it?
I like my spelling better.
Righteous Steel?
Just
only Steel?
That's right.
Don't roll your. I thought you were rolling your eyes at me. It's like, don't roll your eyes at me. It's a legitimate question.
No, these are good questions.
Very good. I don't know.
Maybe it's Blue Steel.
It is Blue Steel. But no, it's just Steel.
It's just Steel.
20 to 1 odds in the 6th gate right now.
Ooh, long shot.
That's right. Okay. To gate 7. Here we go. We have Honor Marie, Daystar, His Eminence, Behave Yourself, and Whirl Away.
Whirl Away is a historical racehorse. We can eliminate that one. I am gonna have to go with Daystar here.
I'm going to go with Behave Yourself, and I'm going to assume that this was a racehorse that was named by someone who was witnessing the crowd at the Kentucky Derby.
Oh,
I was going to say Behave Yourself, but someone who was a huge Austin Powers fan but couldn't remember the movie quite right.
it would probably be Oh Behave.
I know I said, but
Was it
couldn't
Austin
remember the
Powers?
movie quite right.
Couldn't
Close.
remember. It was close. It's like, what was that
Close.
Austin Powers saying?
The unlicensed Austin Powers
The
racehorse.
unlicensed Austin Powers. All right. So we have a Daystar. We have a Behave Yourself twice.
Yes,
Okay. It is Honor Marie.
that's a lady.
Honor Marie. 20-1 odds in the 7th spot. Daystar won. Whirl Away was a historical horse, as you were correct. Was the 5th ever Triple Crown winner. She's got these historical horses. She's like, I didn't know Pitt Girl had a historical horse hive.
You know that
She's
any
a
random
historical
topic, one of
horse
us,
girl.
Yeah, that's-
She's a historical horse girl.
It is I, historical horse girl. Yeah.
I should know.
Yeah.
I should have realized
what's
this.
what's the name of your magic pony, little girl? War Admiral.
Right.
That's right.
War Admiral.
That's, whoa, what's that? Is it you're gonna call your brown horse Nutmeg? His name is
Yes.
American Pharaoh.
Mm.
His name is Man o' War.
You want something? Yeah,
Yeah, I tried not to make too many popular ones in here, but there's a lot of history because this
a
race
lot of
has been
popular
going on.
horses. Hey, you know what?
Yeah.
Some horses just real good or real sexy. They're popular.
That's right, Mr. Ed.
I
he did
know.
not
Hey,
win.
that's
Okay.
I said sexy horses. That's one.
All
of them.
right. We're on to the 8th gate. All right. So we go.
The
We have
sexiest horse gate.
we have Forward Pass, Allenadale, Morvich, Count Fleet, and Just a Touch.
I'm going to take Forward Pass. Someone has to take
Yeah,
the
you have to,
football
you have
horse. It may as well be me.
I also want to take Forward Pass. I can just say for sure that if Pat Narduzzi owns a horse, this is not it. So
Hey, we got a new offense. We're going to throw the ball now.
Yeah.
I would like just a touch, please.
Just a Touch is correct. Just a Touch. 10-1 odds. 10-1 in the 8th slot. Count Fleet was also the 6th Triple Crown winner. Forward Pass, you would think it would be like in the earlies, but it was like the 1940s that they won the Kentucky Derby. So it was
about
just
the time the forward people gave a shit about the forward pass. Finally,
no. They're like, hey man, I like Forward Pass. Totally. Okay. 9th gate. 9th gate. Here we go. We have Judge Himes, Zev, Pensive, Encino, Aristides.
I love a good Greek fake name. Aristides goes for me.
Is that a fake name? I feel like that might be an actual
Could
name.
be.
Yeah, sure.
that feels like they're trying to do a pun with like.
Oh no,
Aristotle
Aristides. Yeah,
and
no,
then
no,
Steed.
no. Aristides the just. Yeah, I remember this. Okay. Anyways, I'm going with Aristides.
Yeah, Aristides, ancient Athenian statesman. He was an actual guy.
Huh?
I'm going to have to go with Pensive.
Okay.
We like a thoughtful horse.
Okay. Yes. Deep introspective.
What were the other options again? So I was
Okay.
just thinking about that one, but I want to hear.
So you had Judge Himes, Zev, Pensive, Encino, and Aristides.
I'll go with the judge one. I feel like I feel like that's just speaks to me.
Judge Himes. Okay. The correct horse that is in the race this year is Encino.
Why do we insist on giving horses titles like lieutenant or all these things? And why would the funniest horse be like ecumenical patriarch Bob?
The Right Honorable.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The right honorable Jim.
The right honorable
The Very
Jim horse.
Reverend Paul.
His most serene grace.
I will say on the flip side of this perspective, though, shout out to the I think 18th century horse whose name was Potatoes, but it was put like with 8 O's.
That's like the
in it.
one historical horse I can name.
All right, let's move on. We're running low on time here. So, all right, we're at the 10th horse. We have.
Did you tell us who was
It
right?
was Encino.
I'm sorry.
Encino.
Okay.
20-1 odds, 9th gate.
Okay.
All right. So we have the next one. In the 10th slot here, we have Black Gold.
Yeehaw.
Hoop Jr. T.O. Password. Leonidas or Elwood.
Okay, is T.O. password like T.O. space password? Or is a guy like T.O. password, my Irish friend?
It is spelled T.O. password. So it's two separate letters and then password. There's no like dots or periods there.
I'm going with Leonidas.
Can I get the hoop horse's name again?
Hoop Jr.
Hoop Jr. should have hooped. He's tall as hell.
He's tall as hell.
I am going to go with Hoop Jr.
Okay.
I will go with T.O. password.
Arthur is correct.
There you go.
T.O. password. Arthur has got the password correct. 30-1 odds. T.O. password is from Japan. Japanese horse.
Ooh.
Yes.
Does the horse know it's Japanese?
I don't know.
This is like the question that I had when I went to the farm show about the horse cops.
Yes.
Do the horse cops know they're cops?
Or are they just having a nice walk? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
No idea. Let's go with gate 11.
Didn't mean to stop you your track so hard. My bad.
It's okay. We have Shutout. Forever Young. Hindu. Hindu is spelled Hindoo. Agile. And Flying Ebony.
Hindu with 2 O's feels like a historical horse.
Yeah.
Because that spelling is giving like Rudyard Kipling. I feel like I have to go with Black Gold.
That was on the last one.
Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and... Oh shit, sorry.
So,
Many horses.
Did you want Flying Ebony instead? Because I don't.
That's like
Sure.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I will take Flying Ebony too. That matches most of the other ones I've noticed.
All right.
I will go with Agile and just assume that that's some tech person that owns that horse and is just really into agile methodology.
Totally.
What if we implemented that for the committee?
Jesus
like, what if we had
Christ.
like a get on Jira?
Oh, I'm gonna.
All right. Nobody got it
I'm gonna
correct.
mute
It is Forever Young. It is the Rod Stewart horse. That is also.
I was really assuming the Rod Stewart horse was going to be like a 90s horse.
No, it's also from Japan. So the two Japanese horses are in gate 10 and 11. T.O. password is 30-1, and Forever Young is 10-1.
Really, your reference for Forever Young is Rod Stewart?
What other reference do you want me to have for Forever Young?
Alphaville. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Alphaville. That's the first one I think of. Well, I'll send it to you. You know exactly which one it is.
Yeah, it's the Forever Young, I Want to Be Forever Young, instead of Rod Stewart being like, Forever Young. Like, it's
I don't know.
better, probably.
I don't know
Or
either of the
the
things that
Jay-Z
you're
version.
talking
I
about.
mean, do you want the Jay-Z version of it too?
No, I really
Okay.
don't.
No, okay. No, I just went with the Rod Stewart version. But it's fine. All right. 12.
There was a movie called Forever Young in 1992. Summary. During a cryogenics test, a pilot from Frozen in 1939 awakes in 1992, but time is running out as his body starts to age rapidly. Starring Mel Gibson, Jamie Lee Curtis, and Elijah Wood. I've never heard of this. Sorry. Anyways, go.
Yes. Okay.
Man, the '90s were big into cryogenic freezing.
They were.
That was definitely true. All right. 12th slot here. We have Track Phantom, Ben Ali, Sir Huon, Bubbling Over, and Assault.
I like.
I have to take Assault. Do crimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down with Assault.
Everybody's
I mean,
doing
I'm not
Assault.
like I'm down with the
I'm
horse.
Assault,
and
yeah.
Assault.
Clipping that one for your future trial.
Assault. Everybody's wrong. It is Track Phantom. 20 to
Good
1
name.
odds in 12.
Try
Assault
hard.
was actually the 7th Triple Crown winning horse.
I should know my Triple Crown winners.
Okay. So here we go. No, slot 13, gate 13. We have Iron Liege, Jet Pilot, West Saratoga, Montrose, or Pink Star.
Like how this one's vaguely New York, like upstate New York themed.
Yeah.
Montrose,
tried to group
West
them together.
Saratoga. I don't know.
I will go with Jet Pilot. You know, we had unlicensed Austin Powers horse. Now we have unlicensed Top Gun horse.
Jet Pilot. That's gonna be a great name for a knockoff.
There has to be some like foreign country where Top Gun was called Jet Pilot.
Yeah.
No.
I'm gonna go with Montrose.
Okay.
Pink Star.
Okay. Nobody got this one again. It is West Saratoga. 50 to 1 odds. Okay. 14th gate here. We have Stone Street, Dust Commander, Citation, Endlessly, and Macbeth 2.
Citation is a historical horse. I want to say Citation is a Triple Crown winner. Don't quote me on that. Gonna have to go with Macbeth too.
I mean, the sequel is always better than the original. Give me Macbeth too.
Obviously.
Yeah, I mean, if there's any time where people like Hollywood's all about sequels, like I feel like Macbeth 2 probably coming soon.
Macbeth 2 is incorrect. It is Endlessly. And Citation was a Triple Crown winner. The 8th ever Triple Crown winner. Macbeth 2 was in the early 1900s. I think in the 1910s, I believe. But
So like because we've had a couple horses now that you mentioned that have like 2 in their name. When that happens, is it like someone names a horse and then they find out there's already a horse with that name and they're just like, like crap, I don't know, that too.
There's a way to name horses which is strange, which was fun when I was growing up with my dad. We had like horses called like S Priscilla, R Priscilla. There's like a way to do that. Like if it's the mother and the father, like, you know, the horse and the original one was Macbeth 1, and then they didn't like the name of, like, you know, the mother horse, I guess. They just went and called it Macbeth 2, which is, I don't know how you would do a sequel of Macbeth 2. Macbeth,
I'm not trying to think of Romeo and Juliet 2 now. I'm really excited for.
like Macbeth 2, like it pretty much everybody's dead, right?
Surprise! Everybody's zombies.
It's like a zombie Macbeth 2. Just like,
Just call it Zombie Macbeth. Yes, done. Sold.
Okay.
Macbeth 2, the Macbeth.
The Macbeth.
Two Mac 2 Beth.
Right.
That's it. Yep.
That's it.
Macbeth 2. Tokyo.
Macbeth 2. Macbeth 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Edinburgh Drift.
Edinburgh Drift. Jesus Christ.
Glaswegian Drift.
It is yeah, it's quite ridiculous. Okay, what gate are we on? We are on gate 15. We have Domestic Product, Spokane, Wintergreen, Clyde Van Dusen, and Ponder.
It's Clyde Van Dusen. Like, I don't care what the answer is. I just wanted to say Clyde Van Dusen.
It is fun to say.
Keeping up my streak of thoughtful horses, I'm going to take Ponder.
Okay.
See, I feel like Domestic Product, like that's something that we don't do anymore, okay, in this country. So
We used to make.
We used
to make that's an old timey horse name because we don't make nothing here anymore.
That's right.
I'll tell you that.
Okay.
I don't know, but none of the other ones really jump out to me. I guess I'll go with Ponder too, since that's what I'm doing here. I don't know the answer to this question.
Okay. This one was a trick question, I guess, because domestic product is in the race. 30-1 odds, domestic product in the 15th gate.
I would like to take this moment to briefly interrupt you as I am looking at the Wikipedia page for the Kentucky Derby, not because I'm cheating and looking at former horses. Teddy Bridgewater was the Grand Marshal of the race in 2015.
Yes.
That makes sense. He was at Louisville.
It was at Louisville. That's where they hosted.
Charlie Strong, 2013.
Yeah.
And Martha Stewart is the Grand Marshal this year.
Stewart. That's correct.
Hi, Beth. How are you?
Hey, it's Beth.
Swell. How are you?
Beth, we're playing a game in which Commish lists 5 racehorse names. One of them is currently in the Kentucky Derby. We're guessing which one that is.
Oh boy. Okay.
And
we're batting like fucking 0.
The other 4 have won the Kentucky Derby before, historically.
Hey,
Okay.
Beth,
All right. I might actually be half decent at this.
I got one more question for you. When a gentleman says they own every kind of man's underwear,
Oh God.
what is that? What do you say about that?
Oh, listener, you should see Beth's eyebrows right now.
I think I would back away very
said,
slowly.
This person said they have every kind. All the kinds.
All the kinds
of men's underwear. Those were his words.
Listen, it's been a long time since I was married, but I don't recall there being that many kinds.
Just 3. So, yes, there you go. There you go.
Just concerned and upset.
Okay.
Hey.
It's just...
I can't wait until you listen to the rest of this episode that you weren't here for, Beth.
Go, Commish.
Well, we'll continue. Gate 16, we have Riley, Danow, Gallant Fox, Middle Ground, or Grand Mo the First.
I'm going to try to win. And so Middle Ground sounds like the most boring name. It probably is the most current one.
I'm going to take Danow.
I'll take Grandmo the First.
I forgot what the other options were, so I'll just go with Middle Ground.
Okay. Beth is one
like
for
a nice
one.
middle ground there.
Oh my God, Beth.
Grand Mo the First is in the race. The long shot at 50-1 odds in the 16th gate.
That is a long shot. I don't.
Right. There's another one that's the same. There's 2 50-1 horses, but gate 17. Here we go. We have Meridian, 20 grand, Count Turf, Fierceness, and Kingman.
Question: how is that turf spelled?
Turf. It's spelled Turf.
Okay.
I'm in with Count Turf.
Okay.
Can you repeat them?
All right. So I started with Meridian, 20 grand, Count Turf, Fierceness, and Kingman.
I think Meridian is they're all historical horses, but I think Meridian is one of the notable ones. I'm going to say Fierceness is the current horse.
I'm going to say 20 grand is current because with all the inflation, back in the day, it'd probably be only 5 grand or something. Now it's 20 grand.
I'll go with Fierceness.
All right. Beth is 2 for 2, and Pitt Girl gets this one.
Yay!
Okay. Fierceness is the favorite, odds-on favorite right now, 5-2 odds.
Okay.
Right.
Whose stable is he out of?
I don't know.
See, I was thinking Fierceness might be a girl horse. That feels like the name that you give a girl horse.
I don't have,
which do occasionally appear in the Kentucky
But
Derby.
never is the favorite.
I didn't track all of that right now because I just wanted to go off of names and vibes for y'all. So we're up to the 18th gate. 3 more horses to get into the gate here.
Okay.
All right. So we have Hill Gale, Stronghold, Gato del Sol, Worth, and Burgoo King.
The Burger King has to be way in the past. Like that's not something we're naming things anymore.
We're
Right,
not calling
right.
a horse Burger King.
Have it your way.
Okay. So then, if it's not Burger King,
Actually, no. You know what? I'm going with that one because we've been talking about unlicensed racehorses. That's the unlicensed Burger King racehorse. They couldn't get the rights
They
to
couldn't
Burger
get the
King.
right. If they win, the Burger King comes out and
It was
puts
like-
the roses.
Well, so
If-
this is a reference to a thing that you eat at the Kentucky Derby.
Well, so if I'm saying if they win, then we're getting a new like a reboot from Hollywood of Coming to America, but with Burger King instead of McDowell's.
Coming to
what were
America.
those? What were those things again, Commish?
All right. Hill Gale, Stronghold, Gato del Sol, Worth, and Burger King.
Gato del Sol, just because.
Yeah, I'm also taking Gato del Sol.
Okay.
Gato del Sol was in the 40s.
Damn it!
Um,
She's good. She is the historical horse
Beth knows
girl.
things about horse
Um,
racing.
She's the historical horse girl.
I think I'll take.
The actual horse
I'll
girl
take
has arrived.
Okay. Nobody got this one. It is
Yeah.
Stronghold.
Okay.
Stronghold. 20-1 in the 18th spot.
Burger King is one of my favorite historical horse names.
Did they make an American girl, horse girl, or are they all horse girls?
I mean,
Some of them are more horse girly than others. If I recall correctly, Felicity actually had a horse you could buy.
yeah, there is a partnership with Breyer, I think, there for a minute.
Okay.
Don't buy your girl children or your boy children Breyer horses. All they do is break.
Didn't know that.
All right. We're on to the 19th gate. We're
Full
running low.
disclosure, listener, I have a large framed portrait of Seattle Slew in my basement. Continue.
All right. No
She
wonder why
is the
she's so
historical horse girl.
See, we thought Pitt Girl. It was Pitt Girl, but no, Beth is the historical horse girl.
I have breaking news.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry to
Breaking
interrupt.
news.
I looked up Burger King on Wikipedia, and the top line of the Wikipedia article is not to be confused with Burger King.
Did we talk
I mean,
about
you
Patu
could-
yet? Because
Yes,
you
we
could
did.
get.
Yes, we did
That
already
is
talk about potato.
I do like Beth showing up at the end of the game. It's like that Atlanta Braves beat the freeze
Yeah.
promotion they had.
It's
We've gotten a big head start, and maybe it won't matter at all.
It doesn't. No. I think Beth has 2. Pitt Girl has 2. And then Jordan and Arthur both have 2.
I'll still lose this game. It'll just be embarrassing. Unlike my usual losses, which just feel on brand.
Okay. So let's go with the 19th horse. We have Broker's Tip, Dark Star, Resilience, Lookout, and Needles.
Dark Star.
Dark Star feels like a relatively recent participant, but not this year.
Star is a very common name. I'll say that.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Needles. No thoughts, only vibes.
I will also go Needles.
Okay.
List them again.
Okay. So Broker's Tip, Dark
Okay.
Star, Resilience, Lookout, and Needles.
Resilience.
Resilience, she said.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
What did you say, Jordan?
have you
Oh, sorry, I
picked,
didn't
Jordan?
pick. I said Dark
No.
Star.
Okay. Again, the historical horse girl, Beth, on fire, Resilience in the
I was between
19th
that and
slot.
Needles.
In the 19th slot, 20-1 odds. All right, the final horse. The final horse in the 20th gate. We have Lucky Debonair, Society Man, Chant, Old Rosebud, and Cavalcade.
I gotta go with Society Man. I like thinking about that as a unlicensed Joker.
Society Man feels very 1940s to me, but I also really like it, so I'm going to go with it as
Okay.
well.
Old Rosebud.
Old Rosebud is for Jordan. All right.
It's Society Man. He's going off at 50-1.
That is correct.
Such a
Society
horse.
man.
You are such a horse girl.
Beth,
I can thank Puddles for this. Like,
Beth.
this is entirely
Oh,
Puddles'
yeah,
fault.
okay, that tracks.
Beth, 4 out of 5,
Jesus Christ.
80% hit rate.
She wrecked us. She came in the last 5 and wrecked us. Oh my
Yes.
god.
So
More horse racing games, please. It's the only thing I'm good at.
No. Hey, Beth.
That's
No.
not true. Your Canadian draft jingle was beautiful.
Do we have any updates in the Canadian draft? Any
Let's-
any more long snappers drafted? Oh, the Winnipeg picked one. Winnipeg picked a long snapper too. So
I'm like the real draft. I'm hitting the
Oh.
draft jingle over you, over a commissioner talking. Or it was like, I would love to talk about how, my family has lost so much in a fire last year, and I'd like to talk about how every fucking time.
Also, if Society Man's odds move between this and the podcast being released, don't add me. Odds change.
odds change. This, like I was saying with the odds at the beginning, I had no idea Beth was the historical horse girl. We kind of thought it was Pitt Girl, but Beth came in and cleaned up the game.
Christ.
I'm really curious if she would have got all of them.
I doubt it.
I mean, probably half of the field. I think you would get it
Oh my god.
at this point.
Commish, thank you, sir, for sharing with
This
us
was fun.
about the. Hey, Beth, how are you, by the way?
Very sleepy.